What's going on, everybody? Power Metal Ranger here again. And guess what? I got a guest with me. You remember this fella. It is none other than the King of Pikmin. Oh, look
Happy
at
to
that.
be here again.
In the festive Christmas spirit. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday and are enjoying yourselves out there. Anywho, today we're going to be checking out a song by a band called Aedy. And the name of the song is Emerald Eyes. And before we jump into that, I just want to tell you, the King of Pikmin, he's got a gaming channel out there on YouTube's super good. Especially, you've got a lot of fighting game content, playthroughs, stuff like that. If you're into gaming, check him out. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description below. It is good stuff. And he just recently did a Christmas special. You got to take a look at that.
If you want to see more of this, go check that out.
Exactly. You're getting a taste right here, but
This is a little morsel.
yes. Anywho, let's see. I've never heard of this band before. Not sure what we're getting into, but we're going to get into it together. This is Aedy, like I said, Emerald Eyes. Let's see what we got. See if I can get these headphones on with this Santa cap.
I'm having the same trouble.
Yeah. Alrighty. Rangers. Go.
Enchanting forest of gigantic sleeping trees, hearth of impeccable winds, Helidor, where you can rest your mind, thinking about tomorrow and live in the present. There is nothing better than sleeping in the forest of shining hearths. Stands
Where did they go?
They're the ghosts of Christmas present.
Or past?
Past.
Wow.
One of
Wow.
those.
So, yeah, but they flickered.
That's true. They
Wow.
thought about it. They wanted to come back.
Yeah, to the present from the past. Days of
Samurai
future.
Jack.
Yeah, Samurai Jack. All right, so since you're the guest of honor, I'm going to let you go first on this bad boy.
All right, so
Lay it on us.
let me preface this by saying that I'm in no position to critique anybody on anything, especially not musicians. But I did not like this, like,
No.
much at all. There's a lot of like to me it sounded, there was like a lot of like weird starting and stopping, especially with the vocals to me, and it didn't, which isn't inherently a bad thing, but to me there was like no flow whatsoever in this song from what I heard, the first time around.
Right. Yeah, it was a little disjointed, I would say. There was elements.
I think there was potential. I didn't finish saying. I liked her voice at the end.
In parts of the chorus where she kind of did both,
Like the high, but she got like
right.
Which could be.
Oh, dude! Well, and you said were in no position to critique,
No,
but that was
With the starting and stopping, I think can work really well. There's plenty of songs, I'm sure, that I love that stuff.
yeah.
But for this, in this one, it didn't hit right for me.
Yeah, the thing that really took me off guard off the rip was I like, well, after the narration, it kind of had some cool element, kind of like a folk element sound to it, but I don't know if it was like a flute or it may have been done on a synth or a keyboard, but either way, it kind of had like a flute kind of folk sound. And then as soon as that part ended, it was kind of jarring when everything else kicked in because, in my opinion, it just didn't mesh much. It kind of had a good flow with that folk kind of feel to it, and then all of a sudden it just kind of got a little bit, muddled, and then that kind of just continued through the whole song, including the chorus. It just, like you said, it just kind of, between the start and stopping, it just felt a little...
Jarring is a good description, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was a bunch of like clashing styles almost, or just like maybe clashing ideas.
Yeah, it just, I guess our biggest critique of it is that it just didn't really flow.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's nothing to really grab onto with it because it's just kind of, you're trying to pick out a melody or something, but there's just too many things kind of like the King of Pikmin said, it's kind of clashing, which, just as a listener, that's kind of just our perspective on it. But like you said, I also see the potential here because there were elements that were good. The vocals are good, especially like the high. Like she's got a nice range, to work with and whatnot. But just the way this particular song, I like even right now thinking like Emerald Eyes, I don't even recall. I don't know, I just didn't really catch anything from the song. It just kind of came and went. But yeah, that's that. I'd be curious to hear something else from them just to kind of get a better feel, But this song in particular, it's just too much, like you said, clashing, and it just sounded a little, just wasn't like a melody really to grab a hold of. Nothing really that just kind of came and went.
Yeah, every time I felt like I had a melody to catch on to, it like shifted into something else, and I lost it again.
Yeah.
This was a no-go for me.
Yeah, it wasn't really my cup of tea either.
I'll reiterate that I'm not saying it just to like be nice. I do see the potential. I know I already said that, but I just want to make sure everyone knows I am curious to hear more, because a more traditional song, I think,
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
not even more traditional, but
I don't
just
know
wanna
if this
hear
is just
more.
their style.
It might be.
Again,
I don't know
this might
anything
be
about
down some, folks alley. There might be something here that we're
Right.
missing.
True.
But just from our, this is just our opinions on listening to it, which again, you can take with a grain of salt. That's just our first reaction to this song here, Aedy with Emerald Eyes. Be curious to know what y'all think about it. Give me a sec. Oh, sorry.
Lord's blessings.
I just had to dab right there real quick. Had to get that in. Yeah, let us know what you thought of this in the comments below. I'd be really curious to see what you guys have to say about this one. And that's that. And stay tuned, because this week there will be a few more videos featuring good old the King of Pikmin, because I'm here visiting for the holidays. So he has been gracious enough to agree to sit in my presence and react to some music. So really grateful for that. And he said, that is my Christmas present this year. Why get me anything else? He's gracing me with his presence. Is presence enough, he says. So, what can I say? Thank you, kind sir.
You're very welcome. For better or worse, you guys are stuck with me a few more times.
All right.
Probably for worse.
No. Goodness, no. we love you. Anywho, on that note, Ranger. Out.